If you're a coach, consultant, or service pro, you have got to be on YouTube. And in this video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about using YouTube for business so that you can start attracting those high quality clients. I'm Jamar Diggs, low-lift marketing expert and YouTube strategist, and I help businesses create sustainable marketing strategies so that they can make content marketing only 10% of their CEO activity. And in this video, I'm going to let you in on how I've been able to help my clients get results like 13,000 views in 30 days, or 21,000 views on just one video with a small audience. Let's get into it. Now, the first thing that you really want to understand when it comes to YouTube is that it is a search engine. If you are new to this channel, I bash that over your head in each and every video because it's so important, because the way that we use YouTube for business is so different than how content creators may be using YouTube, right, for entertainment. We want to use the search engine component. We want to be found in the YouTube search engine. We want YouTube to categorize us in our expertise so that when people are searching for answers that we know and that we have videos on, our videos are able to show up there. We're able to be recommended whenever people are searching for certain things. We're able to show up on their home feed whenever YouTube thinks that it is appropriate. Being able to quickly utilize the search engine that YouTube has is going to be so impactful for your YouTube strategy as an online coach, consultant, or service provider. And the way that we do this really is by using your framework and your methodology. Now, this is going to be something that we use as the foundation of your YouTube channel. Clients that I have that have seen the best results have a clear idea of their ideal clients and their transformation that they can get for them. And so with that, you got to have some type of framework, some kind of like unique perspective, some type of process that you take your clients through that you can really stand on your own, be the expert in that, and really speak on it. So if you are a health coach, what is your key concepts or key components of your work that you help people go through, right? Is it the mindset, the nutrition, the fitness? What are those key things in those core concepts that build your framework, that build your methodology, that you speak on all the time anyway, right? That you kind of maybe even work through in one-to-one coaching or in your programs, but maybe you may not have mapped it out like that. You may have a framework and you just may not know it. If you're getting a little bit new to business. Most people who are coaches, consultants, service providers, they already have this unique way of doing something and that's really why clients gravitate to them. It's the magic. So what we're going to do for YouTube is we're going to highlight that magic. We're going to make sure that you are being seen for your magic. Now, because you are super clear and super confident in how you help people and how you help people go from point A to point B, let's make a lead magnet about it. That's one of the key things that I think is so important when it comes to a YouTube channel, is having the right lead magnet. Okay, this lead magnet is going to be the main call to action throughout every single video. The way that I recommend making your lead magnet is not just making like a checklist here, a guide here based upon each video. That's a big mistake that people start out with, end up having so many lead magnets, and they have this hodgepodge of email audience now that they don't really know like who is actually motivated to be a ideal client or not. You just know that they have a issue with some random lead magnet that you made, like some kind of checklist or something, right? We don't want that. What we want to do is create a lead magnet that is surrounded around your framework. And the reason why this is so important is because, one, your videos, and we're going to get into your video topics right in a minute, but your video topics are going to be all around your framework, right? And so it just makes sense for the next step is going to be for them to go deeper into that framework, for them to learn more about your unique way of thinking, for them to see themselves in that framework, to see how they can implement or integrate this framework into their lives. In your email sequences or maybe ads or anything like that, your framework or your services that you provide is not the first time that they've heard of it. We want to make sure that your lead magnet is bringing in people who are willing to go deep with you, who are willing to really go into your unique framework, who are already sold on your framework, right? We don't want to create some kind of lead magnet that answers like just a quick little question that they have in detail, because that one little question doesn't really make them a really good lead for you in the future. You want someone who is going to be easily sold to, right? Someone who has already been exposed to all of your framework and they believe in it. They believe that it can help them. And the way that you can do that is through some quizzes or online training or private podcasts. I give you a few other ideas of lead magnets in another YouTube video. I'll link it in the video description. So be sure that you watch that because it really goes deeper into how the lead magnet should work and some ideas that you can implement into your own business and your own YouTube channel strategy. Now let's get into my favorite part. Well, really the lead magnets were my favorite, but like also the content part, because it's so unique and it's so different and it's such a different way that we think about YouTube for a business, right? A lot of people just think about YouTube as just giving free content, just giving free stuff, right? That's really why people don't see success with YouTube. I don't want to say that they give too much, but they don't turn each and every video into a powerful marketing asset. This is where my YouTube funnel comes into play. And we're going to go through each and every little video to make sure that you can go ahead and build one just like this. So I really want you to think about this whole thing as a funnel, like literally just visualize this with me, okay? The top of the funnel is going to be this anchor video, okay? This anchor video is something that you may call like a frequently asked question or a tutorial. It's kind of like that typical video that you think everyone posts up on YouTube, when really there's so many other videos that they should be posting. This is just one of 4. This video is going to be your how-to videos or tutorial videos, and these videos are designed to bring in views, to bring in traffic to your YouTube channel. What you're gonna do is do a little bit of keyword research. If you want me to do a video around keyword research, just let me know. What you're gonna do is use a tool like TubeBuddy or vidIQ, do some keyword research on topics that may resonate with your audience and your expertise. What you wanna do is find topics that have a high search volume and low competition. Okay, that part is going to be really, really important, especially for these anchor videos. And then you're going to make videos about them. Your anchor video is going to be all just like how to do this, how to do that, a tutorial, some kind of frequently asked question that has a high search volume and low competition. The next video in the funnel, right? We're going deeper in the funnel. It's going to be something that is going to be shifting perspectives, right? So this is going to be where you can dive a little bit deeper into your unique way of thinking. This type of video should be making people think differently about their pain point, right? Whatever that challenge is. They just came from a frequently asked question. Now it's time to get them introduced into your methodology, your unique way of thinking. We want them to think a little bit more differently in these videos, right? So it could look like something like why this does not really work for you, right? So what is that thing that people think is the answer, but it probably isn't at all. So let's shift the perspectives on that. One of my favorite things that I have done is like I made some shifting perspective content on YouTube and podcasting, right? So I talked around like YouTube versus podcasting, which one should you do, right? And in that video, I talked through like YouTube is good for you if, and podcasting is good for you if. And then I broke down what are the purposes behind each one because they serve different purposes. That's where I'm shifting their thinking about comparing YouTube and podcasting. Think about like what are some of those things that you can do to shift people's perspective around your expertise, okay? Now, the next video is going to be the combating objections video. This combating objection video is not like a sales objection at all. What I'm talking about is what is that thing that is always in the back of their head that they would rather do instead of doing the right thing, which is going to be hiring you, right? Seeking your help, getting your course, getting your one-to-one coaching, hiring you for your services. What is the thing that is always holding them back from that. One of the best ways that I love doing this is doing like a this versus that type of piece of content, right? So we had one client that was an Airtable expert, and a lot of people would start trying to use ClickUp for the same stuff that they would use for Airtable. We had her create content around Airtable versus ClickUp, right? And she was able to go in and to really just explain why Airtable is just the more robust database tool than ClickUp. That kind of content helps already just eliminate that objection when someone is learning more about how to solve their problem. So for this person, they help people like scale their group programs and achieve client results. Their clients were thinking, oh, maybe I could just do this thing inside ClickUp and I don't need to like use Airtable, when really Airtable is that girl. And so we needed to show them that Airtable was that girl. And so that type of video really helped combat that objection without the client having to talk about ClickUp all the damn time. How can you use that combating objections video? And then the next type of video is going to be your client stories or personal stories. So I love these to be more reflective storytelling. I love these to just be more about how did you walk so they can run? What are some lessons that you learned that your viewers, that your audience can benefit from? This type of video allows the viewer to see themselves in this transformation, right? See themselves in the journey that it will take for them to get from point A to point B, right? And then bonus points if it comes from a past client of yours. If you were to interview a client, have a client testimonial, tell a client story, even better. And those are the 4 types of videos that really helps build in that evergreen YouTube search funnel, okay? Because when you think about it, you have people coming out from the woodworks from these search terms, and you're answering these frequently asked questions with anchored videos. And then when they come in, you are then shifting their perspectives. They're getting a little bit more on board to your unique way of thinking. And then as soon as they're like thinking, oh yeah, maybe, but what about this one thing? You already answered that objection in another video. And then at the very, very bottom of the YouTube funnel, you have a story. You have a client story, something that shows them that it is possible to achieve these results that you've been talking about throughout this entire funnel. Now, each and every video also can stand on its own. It doesn't have to work that way. Some people get off the funnel faster than others. That's why each and every video needs to have an amazing call to action, which is your lead magnet that we talked about. So each video should have a lead magnet that is going to be taking them to your framework, right? So they can learn more about that framework, see how it can help people, see how it can help them, and then they're into your marketing funnel to be sold whatever services that you're looking to sell. That is the YouTube funnel. That is the unique way that you can be using YouTube for your business. When we're thinking about these videos, it's so important to think about like what you say in these videos, because like I said before, every piece of content should be a powerful marketing asset. Okay. And so if you are not scripting or outlining your videos correctly, you could be missing out on so many opportunities to build your authority, connection, and get that conversion that we really want, right? So we want every piece of content to be worth it. We want it to be a converting piece of content. And that's why I have another YouTube video all about how to script your videos for conversion. I'll link that in the description as well. It's going to help you so much because you have got to include these core concepts inside of your YouTube video to make sure that people are building that authority, that connection, that trust, and they also know what to do next, right? And so I mapped that all out in that video. Take a look at that. It's going to help you so much. Now, this was a quick down and dirty overview of the process that I help my clients get through to create a sustainable marketing strategy that really just allows them to make marketing only 10% of their focus each month, each day of the year. So if you want to learn more about this 10% marketing plan, which is what I love to call it, I have a free guide with a mini training all about how to add this 10% marketing plan to your business, how to build it, how you should be thinking about marketing your business. And because you're watching this, you're going to want to apply that to your YouTube channel. So how can you use your YouTube channel to create a more low lift marketing strategy that allows marketing to only be 10% of your focus? If you want to grab that, the link is going to be in the description as well. I really hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe to this channel, and follow me up on Instagram at Jamar Diggs. Let me know that you watched this video. Send me a little DM, tag me in the stories, do all the things, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.